my name is Evelyn Joy and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a cheap mom DIY of how to use household items to make your child a toy camera. My Deborah's 3 years old, but I'm talking about my Esther. My Esther is 4 years old and she's been asking to play with a camera. And my camera, no you can't, but I will make you your own camera. So what you're going to need for this is an ordinary soap box, an ordinary roll of toilet paper, and something to decorate with. You could use magazines, you could use colored paper, you could use markers, or what I am using is a Dollar Tree Kleenex box. You're going to need some scissors, you're going to need some thick clear tape, and you're going to need some hot glue. Let's get down to it. Hopefully this works out. So I've already started with one of the Kleenex boxes. I'm making two because I first wanted to experiment and figure out how exactly I wanted to make it before I started making a video so that I know more or less what I'm going for. So I cut a circle here. I traced the, one moment, you'll want it to be a tight fit, but I traced, hi, I'm going to take a picture of you. I traced the toilet paper roll and I cut a little square to see over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and either tape or glue it shut. Since I have my hot glue gun heated up, I'm just going to glue it. Save a little bit of tape because I currently have an abundance of hot glue and not an abundance of tape. So that was just, you can use whatever. Okay, I'll show you what I've cut out so far. So far what I did was I cut out this Minnie Mouse here. And I cut out this Minnie Mouse here. And I'm going to glue them on. I'm thinking, okay, so I want to use one toilet paper roll for both, so I'm going to cut it exactly in half. Eyeballing it, so it's not going to be exact. Oops. Alright, well, more or less, there you have it. So I'm going to make sure you have all your toilet paper off. I have a little bit on there, but whatever. Okay, this is for a 3- and 4-year-old just to play around the house, so it's not too big of a deal. Okay. This is for cheap moms who don't want to go out and buy a toy camera, who want to entertain their kids. So there we have it. I just put hot glue on it and I pressed it in. I'm going to hold it for a few seconds just so it'll for sure dry on there. Excuse me. So yeah, I already traced this so that it would work out. This is my Minnie Mouse front. So I'm going to use some hot glue. I'm going to put it here. My daughter is going to be so thrilled when she sees this. Hopefully, I have 3 little ones. Hopefully they don't fight over this. That's why I'm making more than one. I might have to make a 3rd, we'll see. But the good thing is I'm not breaking the bank to make them something fun to play with. It's funny how kids, you can get them something expensive and then they'll just want to like play with the box. So we're beating them to it. We're giving them a box to play with, but in the form of a camera. So they can take some pictures. Alright, this is turning out super cute. Actually, I'm quite thrilled about how this is turning out. And at Dollar Tree, you can get Kleenex boxes for Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and princesses. And maybe your Dollar Tree has even more than just that. I don't know. But these hot glue refillables are also from Dollar Tree, which I love because I'm cheap. Okay. Thank you for coming along with me on this ride. I enjoy inventing my own DIYs. The funny thing is, a lot of people get on Pinterest and pin a bunch of DIYs that they'll never end up doing. I'm not even on Pinterest. I have a creative mind and I invent things with my brain and I just do them. Like, I sewed my own wedding dress and bridesmaid dresses, and the most challenging thing about that was having to follow a pattern, because I always sew my own clothes without a pattern. I always sew my own, and I ended up not even following the pattern, to be honest. I made up my own thing. But the pattern sort of helped a little, I guess. Alright, so now I have one side and the other side, and I'm going to cut a little bit more. I have this right here. This side, I'm going to cut it down the middle for the sides of the camera. I'm going to put Minnie Mouse on this side. Obviously, this is open for your own discretion how you want to do it. So I hold it up. This is just how I do it. I hold it up and I trim it myself. I also don't follow patterns when I'm crocheting. I just kind of make it up as I go along. And I've crocheted stuffed animals that didn't have patterns. It always ends up being a surprise at the end how exactly it turns out, but I kind of invent it as I go along, and it always turns out pretty cute. I'm very right-brained. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just sharing some of my ideas. I just have a very creative mind. So when my kids say they want to play with a camera, I'm like, Mama's got this. Like, I've got some Kleenex boxes, some toilet paper rolls. Let's do this. To be honest with you, I had to empty out a Kleenex box and a toilet paper roll because we throw them away when we finish them. But, oh well. So yeah, I'm also not a perfectionist, so things don't always turn out perfectly for me, but they always turn out pretty good, for the most part. Okay, guys, let's see what we're doing here. So like I said, I'm inventing as I go along, and I just had a really cute idea come to mind. Look at these shoes. How cute would it be to put the shoes at the bottom? Like, kind of continuing on their little bodies onto the bottom. I might do it. I might do it, guys. I might do it. Let's see. Okay. Just so you know, today is Sunday. I'm not at church right now because yesterday it snowed a lot. And thing is, I take my kiddos to church by myself, and they are 3 little ones, and they are a handful to get ready. And Mama's not about to have an accident with her babies in the car, and I'm not about to get them sick again. We just got over being sick over a week ago. I'm not risking it. We're just staying home. So this is what we're doing on Sunday morning. My kids are watching cartoons. Judge if you want to, but we try to make it to church most Sundays. But if somebody's sick, we don't share our germs. And if it's rough roads out there, I don't risk my kids' lives, because I know several people who have died in car accidents this year, and not my family. We're not doing that. It's just scary stuff. Okay. See, I trim as I go because that's how I do artwork. I just kind of invent what I'm doing. How cute is that? Okay, so this is Minnie Mouse, and look, there's their legs and feet. That kind of turned out cute. Okay, so I have a top here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put anything up there. I know. I have some Minnie Mouse stickers. I'm going to stick some up there at the top. I'm just kind of, you're seeing my creative brain just go. This is just how I work. Okay, so I've got Minnie Mouse and I've got Daisy. And they're both sort of stars of this little camera. Man, Esther's going to be so excited. Hopefully Deborah doesn't mind having a Mickey Mouse one because I didn't have a second Minnie Mouse. I hope they don't just fight over the Minnie Mouse one. Kids, you know? If your sibling has something, you just want the exact one they have, even if you have one that's just as perfectly good. They fight over stuff. Okay, so there's my camera. And you could, in the past when I've made this before, because I've made it just plain with the toilet paper roll and the soap box, and at the time I glued a pom-pom on the top as a button, but I have a 1.5-year-old, so I avoid choking hazards at all costs. So I'm not going to include a button because I know as soon as I glued one on and gave it to them, it would probably be in my son's mouth, and Mama avoids choking hazards. So let me show you. This is the camera I made. So now that one, I sort of already had it cut out when I started. So you guys are going to see my thinking process. This one I've already traced the square and the circle, so I'm going to make another one. Alright, so you see I have the circle traced right there. But what I did was I set this here and I traced it, okay? And I just traced a little square there. Okay, so let's get started. If you guys think I'm weird, it's probably because I am. And you know what? That's okay. Do you know weird is just a mean way of saying unique? I'm pretty unique, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. So hopefully my kids don't fight over these. You ever come up with a cute idea and then you think, oh man, my kids are going to love it. Hopefully not too much that they start fighting over it. My little girl, Deborah, she just turned 3. And she's recently started biting again. That girl had been rid of biting people for 6 months, and suddenly she remembered, oh yeah, this is an awesome defense mechanism. Let me start biting people whenever I want their toys. Mama, don't play that. We're having to nip that one in the bud, unfortunately. Well, that's not very fun for her or for me. Okay, so I'm going to cut out Mickey Mouse's head here. Mickey Mouse. And also, with this being free and minimal work, I'm just allowing myself to be okay with if they rip it or break it or stomp it or throw it away or whatever. If it gets ruined, Mama didn't spend $100 on it. She just spent 20 minutes putting it together, and actually making creative stuff stresses some people out, but actually for me it's a stress reliever just to sit down and do arts and crafts. As long as my kids aren't climbing all over me and getting the scissors and being crazy. So that's why I'm doing this in my office and they're watching cartoons. Judge me if you want to, but if we weren't snowed in, which is what I'm calling it, even though I could technically get out if I really wanted to. If we weren't snowed in, we would go to church, we would go to Sunday school. If the weather was nice, we would play on the playground. But instead, we are home, snowed in my definition, and so I'm making a craft for them to play with, and they are watching cartoons, and then they're going to play with this, and we'll see if they like it, hopefully. Let's see. Sometimes when you trace it and you cut it out, you have to check if the toilet paper roll fits in it because you might have cut it too small. So I'm just going to check it. So there's my, isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Oh, I impress myself sometimes, I'll tell you what. Okay, great. It fits, guys. Okay. So then I have this one that has a square right there. You probably can't even see where I drew the square, but you'll see in a second. So I fold to cut. Okay, there we go. I just saw, I don't know where that went. Well, alrighty then. I just saw another VIP Kid teacher. She worked out a schedule with her and her husband of when they can use social media and when not. And she said it's been revolutionizing her family and her marriage. And so I need to go back to cutting down on social media. Social media, it can be a nice outlet, but it can give a false illusion of companionship. One moment, let me reach for my pen. Here it is. Okay. All right. So this project involves a lot of tracing, and the tracing is to ensure that you don't eyeball it and mess up. So yeah, I would rather trace it than have to start all over. Am I right? Okay. Always be careful when you're stabbing into something and your hand's on the other side. Some people might comment like, what you doing, you crazy? Okay, let's see. Okay, so there we have a circle. Let's make sure this fits through. Oh, great. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So on the other side, that's my little one fussing. But we're going to try to finish this up for them before going down to check on their fussiness. Let me see how I want to trim this exactly. I'm coming. When you're a mom, you know the difference between a cry when they're just like wanting their mom or when they're annoyed with each other, and like a cry when they're actually hurt, you know? And also my 4-year-old would be telling me if her brother was actually hurt. Okay. So don't judge. I'm just going to real quick try to make this. And I'm headed down to tend to my children. Okay. He's crying because he wants me. I will hurry up. There we go. Okay. He stopped crying. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to glue this shut. I know him so well. I know what his cries sound like and whether he's okay or just upset about something simple, like wanting Mama to come downstairs. Whoopsie daisy, one moment. Okay. Here we go. It calms back down. Okay. Oh well, here we go. There's that. And now we're going to glue over here. Okay. Okay, front and back. Now I'm going to glue this in. I've got the other half of my toilet paper roll. Hot glue is the crafter's best friend because it glues things together so nicely, and it usually stays unless you're working with rubber. But with things like cardboard, it works really, really well. Okay. Another thing you could use, where did I even put them? Well, anyway. I have Dixie cups that have Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse on them. I was thinking of maybe using them, but right now I'm thinking not. Okay. So I'm going to use this piece right here. And I'm going to put this on the two sides. Okay, let me show you the piece. This piece, I'm going to cut it in half and use it on the two sides. So there's a little piece that's going to go on the side. It's Goofy and Donald Duck. And I'm going to trim the top here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use some hot glue. I think I might start a series for crafts for moms on a budget. I just heard Deborah yelling at Joshua, so we're going to have to speed this up. Okay. So I'm going to stop there because I need to check on my little ones. But I hear they're calming back down. They're fine. They just have strong personalities and they argue with each other. Am I right, moms? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some hot glue on here. Okay, I'm headed down and check on my kiddos. There we go. I'm going to call that good. I might put a few stickers on the top. He wants mama. He wants mama. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay. Just sticking some quick stickers on top. If I talk to him right now, he'll cry more. So that's why I'm not doing that quite yet. Alright. Putting some Pluto and some Donald Duck on the bottom. I'm coming, buddy. Okay, well, I made it. I made them. Here we go. These are the two cameras. Pretty cute, guys. Awesome. Yeah. So there's a practically free DIY just made from things around your house, or you can buy a couple things at Dollar Tree. I hope this video was fun for you. Goodbye.